Hello and welcome. This is my first video and we're going to be working on some cash stuffing today. We have made our envelopes here. I got the template from templatelav.com and I think I used an A2 envelope template, I forget, but the boys and I cut these out, they folded them, I labeled them, that's my writing. And we have quite a few here. One thing you'll notice is we don't have a grocery envelope because I always order my groceries and then have them, I drive to the store, pick them up, and then they go into my trunk so that I'm not going into any stores or anything because of the pandemic. And as a quick intro, we're a family of 6. There's 4 boys, myself, and my boyfriend. And today we are going to do cash envelope stuffing, as I said. So what we're going to do is I've made a list. I made it a prettier list to give to the bank so that when I got my cash, they would know which denominations I wanted. So we're going to go ahead and start that. This is what I gave to the bank to let them know what I wanted. So across the top here, I've put the denominations I wanted, how much I wanted, and this column here totals up everything in this number. And I just, before I went to the bank, made sure that all of these totaled and that the total amount of cash that I got from the bank was $1,296. And then as I said, I printed this out, and what I'm going to do is glue it in here just for reference, because my kids love glue. We've got some Elmer's glue stick here. Normally I do a combination of my budget on YNAB, as well as it's a really old application that I got several years ago, and it's called Detonator. I don't even know if you can still buy that anymore, but I like having the combination of the two, and now I'm switching to a more paper-based budget. Mostly because I think it's fun to do some of the art that people do on their budgets with the stickers and the drawing and the markers and whatnot. I think it's a fun way to do the budget rather than just purely transactional. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, as I said, I got my cash from the bank, and we will sort this out. So, for the ones, I should have 11 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that worked out really well. So we'll just put those there. And for the 5s, I should have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That did not work out well. For the 10s, I should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 20s, I'll have 22 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And 50s, I'll have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for the hundreds, I have 3. All right. So the first category is auto maintenance. The reason there's only $20 in here is because I have new cars and there's not a lot of maintenance, so we don't worry about that too much. But eventually we will need some tires and, you know, maybe some rapid rates or something. Most of the maintenance that's covered or that's not covered by warranty, such as oil changes, tire rotations, that kind of thing, that is already prepaid as part of my loan for the vehicle. So I'm going to put today's date here, and then I'm just going to put start here so that I know this is that I started. And I put a 20 in here, so we'll put $20. And we're just gonna set this with it. I don't necessarily want to put it inside, just like to keep it with it. I did order some actual larger cash envelopes that are not just paper, that are coated like many of the other ones you see, but they haven't come yet. So the boys and I made a little art project out of it. These ones, and this one is for the Christmas fund, and we're going to do $248. And we're going to have 2 50s. We're going to have 5 20s. And we're going to have 2 10s. I am making a mess here. 2 10s. 5 5s. The reason for all of these weird denominations is, as I mentioned, I have 4 boys, 4 children. And I want to give them enough money to go Christmas shopping, but be able to split it among them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and then 3 1s. I know, that doesn't total out to 4, but my children are ages 17, 13, 5, and 2, and I don't think the 2-year-old is going to care much. So what I should have is $248. So we've got 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. Obviously, I did not vet that these were cut out and taped the right size. You get what you pay for, folks. So this one, I forgot to write that on here, but this is Christmas. Again, the days 12, 3. And this is our starting. And the amount is $248. And start with that. Over that. And the next one is our clothing budget. So we have $200. We're going to take 2 50s. There's 1, 2. And we're going to take 5 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be $200. So we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. And we'll make another tag for clothing. And it's again our starting balance, 200. Right, and the next one is dining out. Because of the pandemic, we don't go out very often, but also when we do go out, my boyfriend tends to pay, so I don't normally pay for dining out. So that's usually pretty small. So we're going to do $25, so a 20 and a 5, so 25. Let's fix that. All right. Oh, the workmanship. They had fun, so that's all that really counts. Dining out, 3, starting, 25, all right. Next we have the dog envelope. We have a giant hairy beast of a dog. So he goes to the groomer. And then of course his vet bills and licensing and that kind of stuff. So we have $100 here, and so we're going to take $150. We're going to take $120, 2 10s, a 5, and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And that should equal $100. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 6 and 7, 98, 99, 100. Perfect. All right. This one, we'll put the dog. Starting 100. And the next one is our alarm permit for the city. So our alarm permit is due once every 2 or 3 years, I forget. There's a span, and so I only put aside like $2 a month, so I have enough when it comes, but it's one of those things that you'll just forget. So I just set it aside just so that I don't have to worry about it. So we have a 20 and 2 ones for $22. So we have 20, 1, 2. All right. I keep saying that I'm going to take the time to write neatly, and I never do. Okay. Now, The next one is our fun. This is for the family. It's our fun budget. Again, when we... Oh. Again, it's not much because of the pandemic, so there's not a lot that we're willing to do right now. And also, again, Jeff tends to pay when we go, so I just put a little bit in here. So today it'll just be one $50 bill. Alright, the next one is for gifts. This includes anniversaries, birthdays, thank you gifts, that kind of stuff. They tend to, because we are a large family, they sort of group together when they come due. So this month we had one for my nephew. We have my father coming up. We've got Jeff's mom coming up. Then we have the boys starting in January, and their birthdays are January, February, March, and April. Because if you're going to spread them out, you might as well have them all have birthdays at the same time. Alright, so we have $311 for this fund. So we're going to do 100, 150, 7 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, and we're going to do 2 10s. My last 2 10s. We're going to have 1 1. Alright. So let's see what we have here. 100, 50, 70, 190, 210, 230, 250, 70, 290, 300. That didn't total out right, did it? 150. It's there. I just can't add right. 10, 11, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 210, 3, 10, and 1 makes 11. I am looking forward to when those regular envelopes come in, because that's gonna make me crazy. Alright, the next one is home maintenance. And we are putting in $100 for home maintenance. For those of you who own or are paying a mortgage for a home, You need to pay for your own maintenance. You don't have a landlord, you are the landlord. So it's helpful to make sure that there are funds on hand. And my hair is in the frame. Sorry about that. The next one is kid expenses. As I mentioned, 4 kids is a lot. Of all the funds, this one always gets depleted. These are for things such as my son's cross-country shoes, his running shoes for training, that kind of stuff. Anytime the kids want to do something specific for them, such as, I don't know, I can't even think of a good example right now. Okay, so this one is $120. We're going to take 2 50s and a 20. So 2 50s and a 20, 50, 120. Put that over there. And the last one is my car registration. So, as you can see, I have a Volkswagen. Okay. And I just paid this, so we are starting fresh. I just paid this in November. It was due in December, so. And I had a little bit of extra because I had expected it to be higher than it was, so that was a nice surprise. And it's the last 100. And there you have. Now we have all of our cash envelopes stuffed along with their little tracking sheets. And we've got cash to either save or spend. Thank you. Please feel free to leave some comments. I'm always open to feedback. I definitely know my way is not the only way or the best way, so I look forward to reading your comments down below. Thank you very much.